You know, I've said it a while ago, I thought I saw everything when it came to JoJo, like everything that could possibly be bizarre. I mean, you see a man riding a bird in a picture, and he's just telling it to go into a certain direction, like mush. And I thought that was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. But then, I see this episode of JoJo, and I'm like, I cannot believe there is an alien. A motherfucking alien is in this series. Like, what? Like, what? Like, what? Because this is the thing, I just did not expect to, start this episode and have that type of plot point with this arc. So apparently, with the information we can gather from this episode, we can come to the conclusion of two things. One, the person is a Stan user and he's faking that he's an alien. He's putting up a very good act, like a prank, like it's a really good prank. Or number two, this is an alien that could shapeshift and stuff, and he doesn't have a stand, because apparently from what we saw, he couldn't see Josuke's stand, and then he might have a stand, and he might be an alien too. So there's a lot of questions right now about this, but an alien that can shapeshift to anything, and a pair of dice at that. Like, the plot of this episode is what really gets you when you think about an alien being introduced in the series. Like, let me just throw this on paper, okay? Let's just say I'm writing this on paper. Main plot points. Josuke discovers an alien. He decides, since he figures out this person could shapeshift it into anything, he decides to do a get-rich-quick scheme and turns this alien into dice where he can win against Rohan. That's the plot of this episode. So Josuke's first instinct when he meets an alien is to turn this alien into a pair of dice for he can win in a game against Rohan. Just think about that. This man wants money like that. Like, well... Like, what? Like, what? I'm just like, yo, JoJo always surprises me with these type of plot points, because it's just so good, you don't expect what is about to happen in the episode. I feel like that's why I really like the series, because you can always expect the unexpected. Like, you don't know what probably will happen next, and that's kind of what this episode's about. So, the main focus of this arc, I'm assuming, is just pretty much this alien guy that might be a Stan user, whatever, and he's currently, right now, he seems to be a peaceful guy. Josuke's just trying to win against Rohan and trying to, make some easy money. That's kind of the plot right now, and you know what? Overall, I am fine with that. I like Rohan, I like, his character, I like Josuke, I like this plot point with an alien and the gambling situation. I'm fine with that. I'm really looking forward to seeing the continuation of this, plot into next week's episode. But before I continue on with that, let's talk about the stuff with Kira in this episode. So, I'm just gonna say that the Kira stuff in this episode, even though I love the Josuke stuff, even though I love the alien and the Rohan stuff that was going on in this episode, I gotta say, the Kira part of this episode was probably my favorite moment of this episode. Not even joking, that was my favorite part because of just how funny it is. I was just laughing and cracking up throughout that entire moment when you see this wife that is now starting to fall in love with Kira, and I've already discussed how fucked up this is. Like, I mean, this poor man, he's dead, someone's pretty much using his body, which Kira's in his body, he's a murderer, he's a psychopath that wants to kill people, and, she's falling in love with this man, and like, oh, I love you, you're making me feel excited and all that, and I'm like, this isn't even your husband. I'm like, yo, it's so fucked, it's so messed up, and the way she's falling in love with him and all that, and when he goes up and he's like, I have these urges, I need to kill someone, when my fingernails grow, I need to open myself up and show her my true self, and he's going up about to strangle her, and he rips her, buttons out, like her entire shirt off, and she got all excited and all that. I'm like, yo, it's so funny. The way it was done was just so funny, because, I mean, Kira, in his mind, we know what he wants to do. He wants to do something very dark. He wants to kill her, okay? He legit wants to kill her and do all his crazy stuff he normally does. But her, on the other hand, she's looking as if, her husband has a new spark of life. For instance, romance has now sparked between them, a new fresh start, and she's starting to love it and all that, and she's like, yo, you're making me excited, you're making me so happy, and I'm like, this is just so funny, because it's such an awkward situation, it's so fucked up, it's entertaining, and I love the way this is being done, and I feel so bad for the wife, too. I feel so bad for her, because I'm willing to bet you, before everything is said and done with JoJo Part 4, she's probably gonna die. And honestly, I don't want her to die. I like her character. I really do. I mean, she hasn't been, developed a lot compared to other characters of Part 4 or any other JoJo series, but I just like her personality. I like her, dynamic personality around Kira. And I mean, I wonder if Kira, with, meeting this woman, if she will change him for the better, and maybe he might become a better person or something. I would like to see something like that. Maybe he might make some form of changes with his personality, or maybe he can control his urges of killing people because he is around her. Whatever the case may be, though, I do like the Kira stuff going on right now, and I want more of that. I really want more of that. I would love to see an entire episode focused around Kira trying to hide his existence from his wife. I would love to see something like this, of an episode focusing on that. Hopefully, one part of the episodes, or like in future episodes, Part 4, focuses on that, because I would love to see more of this type of stuff. So, let's talk about the new opening. So, as always, a new opening since a new season has begun, like a new segment of JoJo. And if you think about it, this is probably our final opening of Part 4 of JoJo, because there's like only 12 episodes left, if I'm correct. Like, legit, there's only 12 or so episodes left of Part 4, so there's probably not going to be another opening song unless they really want to change it rather quickly, which I have seen before. I have seen studios change the opening song after 6 episodes, but I mean, most likely this is going to be our final opening of Part 4 of JoJo. And overall, my impressions of it, I watched it once when I first watched it and I finished the episode. The song overall, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I want to be honest. I wasn't the biggest fan of the song when I first heard it. Then I heard it about 2 more times, and I'm like, you know what? This doesn't sound that bad. I mean, personally, I still prefer, the previous opening songs. I love that opening song. I just love the way the animation stuff is done in that opening song. But I do like this new opening song. It'll just take some time for me to warm up to it and appreciate it and enjoy it, because at this time, though, it doesn't seem to be anything spectacular, but most likely my opinion will change once, I get to hear it more and more, because I never skip a JoJo opening. I'm gonna be honest, I never skip a JoJo opening. Every time a new episode comes out, I gotta watch the opening song. I just love it. I don't know, I'll always have to listen to them, and most likely I will get used to it, and I'll start to love it as I continue to watch it. So, for the most part, yeah, I mean, the episode was a decent episode. It had a very good start, had a great start with Kira, and then we move over into what's going on with Josuke and the alien, so it couldn't have been a better episode, in my opinion. I had a lot of fun watching it. Can't wait to see what happens next week. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You'll have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.